Okay, welcome to this screencast introducing MOPE2. I'm going to run through four sort of stages there. So first I'm going to show you how to install MOPE2. Then I'm going to show you, just talk you through creating a very basic page, and then how to take that page that you've created and upload it to a MOPE2 modules content collection, and finally we're actually going to link it in from the content collection to a learning module, which is how the students would access each content page. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of this slide first of all, and I'm going to show you how to install it. So first of all, if you already have MOPE installed, it's a good idea, or if you have a previous version installed, it's a good idea to uninstall that. So if you go to the control panel and add remove programs, if you're using Windows 7, I think it's called uninstall programs, just to catch you out. Scroll down the list to find where it says MOPE there, and remove is a very quick process. Remove the application OK. And that's it, it's no longer on the list, so just close this window down and this one, and now you just need to basically open up Windows Explorer, navigate to the end drive. It's now located in a folder called General and then MOPE. Don't be confused by MOPE pages, that's I'll show you that later on, that's for something else, but just stick to the MOPE folder, and then inside there there's a installer called setup.exe, so double click that and it just takes a few seconds to install. If you've never installed this and you don't already have something called Microsoft.NET framework on your machine, it will need that also, but if you do need to install that, just follow through the prompts. It takes a few minutes and then it will launch MOPE as soon as the installation's finished, like this. I'm going to just close it down for a second and close this window too and this window. If once it's installed, you will get a shortcut installed on your start menu here, MOPE, and so you can launch it from here in future. Okay, so to create a basic page, you need to keep with this first option, End General MOPE Code. If you're using it off campus, there is this option where you can put in another path to the code folder here, but I'm going to just concentrate on the first option here, assuming that you do have access to this network path. Click Continue. It asks who you are. I'm going to just type myself in and select myself from the list. There we go. Click Start. And then you need to specify which module code it is that you're wanting to develop pages for. So in this case, I'm going to select, just for the purposes of an example, HER 61104. It tells you the module name here, Systematic Reviews. And then, before you begin, you also have to point it to a folder in the MOPE pages directory, which is the one I showed you before. So if you click Browse, it should automatically have picked up the folder 6114. There we go. I now need to open this up and tell MOPE which week or session or unit it is that I'm developing pages for. So for example, in this case, let's assume or pretend that I'm developing for week 6. Click on week 6 and click OK. You'll notice in this window here, it's kind of now telling you where it's going to be saving in this folder, week 6. When I say saving, I mean when you create a page, it will save a copy of that page as an HTML file in that folder. So I'm going to just create a very basic page here. You need a page title because it will use this title as the file name for the page it saves. So this is really critical, and it's quite strict about how you name your pages, so you really need to be giving it 2 digits, an underscore, and then the name of the page. So if this was wombat sexings, something we often use, so for example, if this was the first page about that, I would need to start with 01 underscore and then something like an introduction to wombat sexing. Now that's fine. If I didn't put the digits in or the underscore and I click publish, it will complain, it will give me an error, and I will need to go back and name it accordingly. But this is always, bear in mind this example here, try and stick to that and you'll be fine. Two digits underscore title. So now I'm going to add some content. I'm going to just put in an imaginary task here, do something, etc. I'm going to add that. I can hover over this view button and you'll see on the right kind of a preview of that particular page element. I'm also going to add some other page elements. I'm going to do a tutor says box, so I'll pretend Amy Barnes is saying, "Hello students and welcome to the to week 6." And then I'm going to just add something else for fun. Quotation. This is a quotation. Click OK by me. Okay. So now I'm going to click publish, and what you'll see first of all is a pop-up box which tells you that it's saved that page you've created to N General MOPE Pages HAR 6114 Week 6, an introduction to wombat texting. You'll notice it's actually removed any spaces and replaced them with underscores. Don't worry about that. And here we can see our page. We've got the activity box, we've got the tutor says box, and then that quotation. There's also a reminder here in the bottom left where it's saved. So there you go. And that's really how you create a page. Now I can go back and edit it if I click this button. So if I want to change some of this, I can do. So I would go back here, I would make my changes, add elements, change the title, whatever, and I can then publish again, and it will create that file again, and providing I've not changed the title, it will overwrite the existing HTML file. I can also start a new page by clicking create blank page, and everything will be sort of reset. I'm just going to close MOPE down and show you where it's actually saved the page. So I'm going to go back to the N drive General. This time I'm going to click on MOPE Pages, and I'm going to find the folder 6114, which is here, and then it was week 6, and there you go, there's a HTML file, and I can click on this to have a look at it, and this will be pretty identical to how it would appear in MOPE2. It's just loading this bottom bit here. There we go, brilliant. What I'm going to do though is upload this now to the MOPE2 module in which it's going to sit. Okay, so just close this down. Here's a browser I logged into earlier, and I have this big list of courses. I'm going to find 6114. There it is. And I'm going to add this page to the content collection. Now I'm going to delete this afterwards because this is a live module and I wouldn't want the students to see this as it's just a test, but I will show you the process. Here we go. What you need to do is go to the content collection. It's under the course management and then content collection. If you scroll down here, every module by default has a content collection associated with it, and you can see it's this top option here with the module code. So I'm going to click on that. Now every module will look slightly different here because they obviously have different files and so on. I think it's a good idea to try and organize your content using folders, which is what the module leader's done here, and you can create folders by clicking here. So for example, here we already have a weeks 1 to 6 folder, which is good. I'm going to click in there, and then we get some contents. Now you could go a step further here and have a separate folder for every week. I would probably recommend doing that. However, this is not my module, so I'm not going to mess. I am going to upload the file that we've created into this folder. So I go upload files. And then there's two ways of doing it. You can either have a multiple files, which requires this Java plugin where you can drag and drop files. So you can drag and drop, say, 10, 20 all in one go. Or you can do a single file, which I'll demonstrate in this example. So I'm clicking here on single file, and I get this window. And then I'm going to browse to the N drive to where I saved the file. So N, General, MOPE pages there, then 6114. As you can see, it makes sense if you do upload these in bulk, so create the pages in bulk and then upload them in bulk, but I'm just doing one page as an example. There we go, and scroll down and submit. And then it shows you the list of files. By default, it always seems to put it at the bottom, which I can't see, so because it's only showing the first 25 of 68. I'm going to click Show All to get a full page, and then find the HTML file. Oh, it's at the top now there. So then, that's great. It's uploaded. The last thing to do is actually go to the page where you want to add it and build it in. So in this case, I'm going to go to Module Content. I'm going to navigate to week 6. You need to have the edit mode on, incidentally, for all of this. To do any kind of editing as an instructor, you need to make sure this is on. So week 6. As you can see, this is quite a short week. But if I wanted to add that file that I created about the wombat sexing, I simply go to Build Content and I select File. With the previous version of MOPE, it was Item, but we're using File now. You now get this Create File, and at this stage you need to click Browse Content Collection, and you need to point it to the file. So it's in weeks 1 to 6, and here it is at the top. If I select that box, scroll to the bottom and click Submit, by default it will use the file name as the title for the page. I think that's okay to leave it as it is. MOPE's already formatted it for us anyway. You can change it if you like, but I would recommend leaving it because it's useful having the numbers as well. Click Submit. And there we go, it's automatically put it at the bottom. So because I have edit mode on, because I'm doing instructor work, and because it's a file, you don't automatically see the contents. However, if I grab it and drag it to the top here, and then switch edit mode off, we will see the first page will be our new page, and we will see how the students see it. So click on the top link, and there we go. Brilliant, there's our page. One final word. The reason that we've made changes, one of the main reasons, is because distance learners are constantly wanting printed versions of content, and it's been very difficult to do that using MOPE2. However, what we can now do is we can navigate to the folder in MOPE pages where your HTML files are being created, and if we have several of these, we can highlight them all, and we can actually add those we can build one PDF using all of those files, practically a click of a button, using Adobe Acrobat. So after we've added files to MOPE2, it's very easy then to produce a very nice looking printable version of the materials as well.